And we're live.
With Paranormal-Spirits, place we come to get our booze on. We talk about the booze, the things that go bump in the night. And I get to do that with all my booze. I'm Mike Black. To my left, my lovely, delicious, talented, beautiful wife, Alyssa.
Hello.
Sitting across from me, the beautiful, talented, sidekick confidant, John Burkett.
Salutations. Greetings. Hello.
With his dragon under the
Hola.
table.
No, Taz over there. His third kidney over there. And tonight, John is going to be bringing you a story about a whole bunch of cryptids.
Cryptids.
It's 8 or 9. Something like
8 or
that.
9?
Yeah, I think it's 9.
I knew it was a bunch, is all I knew. But before he does that, let's talk about what we're drinking tonight. What are we drinking?
I think we're
all drinking the same thing.
It's all Lagavulin 16.
We are all drinking Lagavulin 16.
Dang, that bottle's probably already halfway gone.
Not quite.
Not quite.
God's chosen elixir.
It's delicious. I can tell you, I never thought I'd be a Scotch drinking female.
You are.
Scotland's finest.
Not that I thought I'd be a Scotch drinking male, but I just never thought I'd be a Scotch drinker. I should have said that. Never thought I'd be a Scotch drinker. It just seemed like
You're
it.
welcome.
I know. Thank you. We gave you tequila. You gave us Scotch.
I gave you peaty scotch.
And I freaking
did.
love it.
Oh.
You know, because Scotch to me was always like those men on the Titanic with their cigars.
Well, that's what I think about when I think about people drinking Scotch. I think about guys sitting around in a cigar room on leather easy chairs, those big thick chairs, and smoking cigars.
In a
and
gentleman's
drinking Scotch.
club.
Yeah.
Not the current definition of gentleman's club, but the old school definition.
Like the
of
Titanic, the
gentleman's club.
smoking room, the
Yeah,
smoking bar.
That's what I think of.
I know. And it's just so good.
It really is.
I like it. I really do.
So, John, you ready?
Sure.
Take it away, man.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys all know about Bigfoot, Nessie, Mothman. And we definitely talked about Dogman on there.
You say that like that's not something you are committed to.
I thought we could talk about some of the less famous cryptids. out
Chupacabra.
there. I didn't go there. It's pretty famous.
The raccoon
That's
boy
true.
from Arkansas?
I don't know about that one.
I saw somebody had a sticker on the back of their car yesterday that said, "I heart my chupacabra." It's like, is
Sure
that your
do.
child?
These are the cryptids that, well, basically, there's not enough info out there to make a whole hour-long podcast about each one. So we combine them into one.
Amalgamation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. We'll just combine it into one little list here. So, first off, we should probably head to the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey. Now, you probably know it because of the famous Pine Barrens episode of The Sopranos, directed by Steve Buscemi. It's probably one of the most famous episodes.
Guess I haven't seen that one yet,
It's
huh?
season
We haven't
3,
seen that.
season 3, episode 11.
Don't read it for her.
Oh,
She hasn't
damn.
seen
Well,
it.
I kind of have to put a kind of a little. Just
It's okay.
I mean,
Just kidding. Pretend like I'm not listening.
but a long time before Paulie Walnuts and Christopher Moltisanti took that Russian out there in the trunk of their car and then got stuck, the area was famous for something else. The Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil. Now, in the folklore of the area, the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the forest of the Pine Barrens in southern New Jersey. Now, the creature is often described as a flying biped with hooves, and sometimes described as a horse head or a goat head with leathery bat wings.
Leathery
Bat wings, small little T-Rex hands with claws,
Cute.
cloven hooves, of course, and a forked or pointed tail. It's also reported to move very quickly, fly, and is often described as emitting a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Now, according to the folklore, the legend is that there was a Pine Barrens resident named Jane Leeds, also known as Mother Leeds. And Mother Leeds had 12 children and then discovered she was pregnant with for the 13th time. You can imagine.
No, I could not.
How that was stretched out.
Her uterus going to fall out.
It's inverted.
Somebody going to have to be held accountable.
It's prolapse.
Prolapsed, yeah. She's prolapsed. So she curses the child in frustration when she finds out she's pregnant for 13th time, rather than cursing the husband or whatever. I don't know.
Or herself for not taking responsibility.
In the early 1700s, I mean, sheepskin condoms did exist.
Well, you just quit doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Pull out.
After 12 kids, I mean, it's just like throwing a hot dog down a tunnel anyway.
I mean, I say pull out, but that doesn't always work either, but at least it's a better shot.
Yes.
At least you stand a chance of not impregnating her, you know.
So she curses the child in frustration, saying that the child would be the devil.
And then?
This is 1735. Mother Leeds was in labor on a stormy night while her friends gathered around her. And the 13th child was born normal, however, immediately transformed into a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail. Starts growling and screaming, starts beating everybody in the room with its tail, and then flies up the chimney and heads off into the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
Now, there's some versions of the tale. Mother Leeds was supposedly a witch, and the child's father was the devil himself.
What about their other 12 kids?
I can't imagine. I mean, one is so expensive, but I guess they didn't have private school to pay for it. And college and all that. But anyway, so the legend goes on to say in 1740, a local clergyman managed to exorcise the demon for 100 years. And then the sightings go away until the mid-19th century, till the 1850s or so. And then people start saying they're seeing it again. And most of these are reports from farmers finding livestock killed in mysterious ways, stuff like that, and attributing it to the creature resurfacing.
This makes me think of Jeepers Creepers.
That thing's older than that. If you actually look into the lore behind the
I'm just saying the whole.
It's an Aztec demon, actually.
Going and hibernating for 17 years or however long it does.
I'm thinking that movie. So, along comes 1909 and the Great Jersey Devil Panic of 1909. So, during the week of January 16th through 23rd, 1909, newspapers published hundreds of claimed encounters with the Jersey Devil from all over the South Jersey and Philadelphia area. And among these alleged encounters were claims the creature attacked a trolley car in Haddon Heights, New Jersey, and a social club in Camden, New Jersey. Now, police in Camden and in Bristol, Pennsylvania, supposedly fired at the creature to no effect. Other reports initially concerned unidentified footprints in the snow, but soon sightings of the creatures resembling the Jersey Devil were being reported throughout southern New Jersey and as far away as Delaware and western Maryland. I like to call it Maryland. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's named after Mary. But anyway, Queen Mary. The widespread newspaper coverage created fear throughout the Delaware Valley and prompted a number of schools to close. Workers to stay home, like factories had to shut down because nobody would come to work because they were afraid the Jersey Devil was going to get them. Yeah. Vigilante groups and hunters were roaming the Pine Barrens and the countrysides in search of it, trying to kill it. And supposedly, the Philadelphia Zoo offered a $10,000 reward for the creature. That was a lot of money in 1909.
Mm-hmm.
And it prompted a variety of hoaxes, including someone who showed up with a stuffed kangaroo equipped with artificial claws and bat wings.
Oh, my gosh. Of course they did.
Sightings of the Jersey Devil continue still to this day. Witnesses describe a lot of the same stuff, like strange footprints, eerie sounds, and brief sightings of a flying creature. The Jersey Devil has become a cultural icon in New Jersey. And it's been the subject of numerous books, films, TV shows. And even the NHL, the National Hockey League team, the Jersey Devils, takes its name from the creature. And
That's where I've heard it.
Yeah, the Jersey Devil. You know, in Seinfeld, we're the Devils.
Yes.
Yeah. The legend, it brings a lot of tourists to the Pine Barrens. People going out in the forest trying to look for the Jersey Devil. And there's themed events and festivals. Now, this was something you're going to see as a recurring theme is festivals based around cryptids, right? So anyway, that's the Jersey Devil. You've probably seen drawings or pictures of his weird looking.
Lots.
Yeah.
He's cute.
I don't really
Cute
think
is not
it's
the first
real.
adjective that comes to mind for me, but
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I mean, there's that one where it looks like a horse's face that
Oh, yeah. No.
kind of cute, I guess, if you want to
He's
call
not
it
who I
that.
was thinking about.
Okay, so staying in that area of the country, we'll go to Dover, Massachusetts.
Dover, Mass.
Dover, Mass.
mm-hmm.
Talk about the Dover Demon.
Dover Demon.
The Dover Demon was reportedly sighted in Dover, Massachusetts over a 2-day period in April of 1977.
I know this one.
Yeah, I've seen a recreation of that. It's become part of American cryptozoological lore due to its unique and unsettling characteristics, as well as the credibility of the witnesses who described it. The first sighting occurred on April 21st when William Bill Bartlett, a 17-year-old high school student, was driving with two friends. Bartlett saw a creature with large glowing eyes and a disproportionately large head on a thin neck. The creature had a small, thin body with long, spindly limbs and was standing or crawling along a stone wall. Bartlett described it as having peach-colored skin. I don't know which part, like the red at the top or the
Alien.
It looks like an alien to me.
With a texture similar to sandpaper and estimated to be about 4 feet tall. Later that same evening, John Baxter, a 15-year-old, was walking home when he encountered a creature similar to what Bartlett described. He followed it until it disappeared into a gully, and Baxter's description pretty much matches Bartlett's, emphasizing the creature's large head and glowing eyes. Then the following night, on April 22nd, Abby Bramham, another local teenager, it's interesting that all the witnesses are teenagers, saw the creature from her car. She noted its glowing eyes and pale, almost luminescent skin. Her sighting occurred near a bridge. The creature was described moving on all fours and then upright, and did not appear to be aggressive in any way, though its appearance was startling and a little bit frightening. The sightings were investigated by local authorities and later by cryptozoologists, including Lauren Coleman, who documented the accounts and helped bring the story to wider attention. Coleman interviewed the witnesses and found them all to be credible, noting the consistency in their descriptions despite them not knowing each other. Now, some skeptics suggest the sightings were part of some teenage prank. Others believe witnesses might have misidentified a known animal, such as a young moose, which could appear unusual and otherworldly under certain lighting conditions.
I don't know about that.
Find that hard to
Especially
believe.
when they run on their back feet.
Yeah, when they stand up like
a biped.
like Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
It's been compared to other entities such as extraterrestrial beings or creatures from Native American legends. Anyway, it's become featured in, kind of part of the folklore in Dover. It's been in TVs.
It 100% looks like an alien.
Documentaries. Yeah,
It makes me think of those Kentucky howlers or whatever is it called? The
Kentucky Howler.
No, it's
That turned out to be
it's
a
Kentucky
rare
something.
red coyote.
No, this was
the Kentucky Goblin you're talking about from
yes, that's what it
from
looks
that
like.
story.
Yeah,
from
that's
that
what it makes me
TV
think
series.
of.
what's it called?
Well, they were in their house, like out.
Yeah,
That's the one you were watching.
They
were down in the cave.
God damn.
Anyway, I digress.
Anyway.
I apologize.
Anyway, I can't remember. This is a great show about it.
Hopkinsville.
Hellier.
Mhm.
Hellier.
That's what it makes me think of.
That is a rabbit hole. That Hellier series. Whoa. Okay, so now let's jump across the pond.
Okay.
We're going to the alpine regions of Europe. We're going to talk about the Tatzlwyrm.
The who?
The Tatzlwyrm.
Tatzlwyrm.
Tatzlwyrm is a cryptid from alpine folklore, specifically in regions such as Switzerland, Austria, and Bavaria. Now, descriptions of the creature vary, but is generally described as a lizard-like being with a cat-like face, short forelimbs, and a serpent-like body. The name Tatzlwyrm in German translates to English as clawworm.
Clawworm?
Clawworm.
So it looks like a worm with claws.
The description to me sounds like a big-ass salamander.
Okay.
But obviously, drawings from the 18th century of it, it looks like a ridiculous cat with a...
Well, like the one...
like the Beast of Gévaudan draw.
Yeah,
nobody
those
could
great
draw
artists back then.
Oh my god, that's the worst period for art. So the Tatzlwyrm has been part of alpine legends for centuries, and stories of sightings and encounters passed down through generations. And according to these tales, the creature is typically 2 to 6 feet long and is known for its aggressive behavior. It's said to emit a hissing or whistling sound when threatened and can be dangerous to both humans and livestock. In the 18th and 19th centuries, reports of Tatzlwyrm sightings became more prevalent and more documented, right? Now, locals describe seeing the creature in remote mountainous areas, often near water sources like lakes and streams. And some accounts claim that Tatzlwyrm could leap significant distances to attack its prey or escape danger. Now, despite the numerous stories and reports, no concrete evidence of the Tatzlwyrm's existence has been found. And cryptozoologists have speculated that the creature might be based on misidentified animals such as large lizards or snakes. Others suggest it could be a surviving member of a prehistoric species. I have my own theory on this. Okay. And the Tatzlwyrm is what kind of led me down this hole with all these things. Was I read about the Tatzlwyrm, and I actually have seen a video, an alleged Tatzlwyrm sighting, which just looks like a big ass salamander to me. But when they said cat-like face, right? I thought, have you seen the catfish in Europe? Massive catfish.
Catfish in Europe.
People go to Italy and places to fish for these giant cat. I mean, I'm talking.
Ooh, yeah.
8, 10, massive.
Wells catfish.
Wells catfish. That's it. Exactly, the Wells catfish. I think people are seeing a Wells catfish because it has a cat-like face and it is massive.
Yep, that would make sense then. What's it? Tatzlwyrm.
Tatzlwyrm.
I've seen it spelled Tatzlwyrm.
Ew, it looks like a front end of a lynx or something.
It looks goofy,
like
I know the picture. It looks goofy.
It looks like, if you squint, it looks like the front of a Mustang Cobra.
Ferret.
That's what it looks like.
Looks like the dragon from Mulan. Mushu.
Now, this continues to be a popular subject in alpine folklore. It has appeared in many various cultural references, literature, art, and even local festivals celebrating the Tatzlwyrm. Come to the Tatzlwyrm festival.
Tatzlwyrm.
In the summer, then in winter, come to Krampusnacht, But the local festivals. It's always a local festival.
I like it, though. I love it. Committing to something local. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we're known for this. Let's celebrate it.
Tatzlwyrm. But they report that all over, like in Bavaria, Switzerland, Austria, even in the alpine regions of France. They call it something
wow.
different in each country, but Tatzlwyrm kind of sounds the coolest, I think. This is one like Strasselwurm and something that doesn't have verm in it at all in France, but it's supposedly all the same thing.
I always think of anytime I hear verm, I think of the 13th Warrior.
Oh yeah,
When the fire's coming down the hill, you know, the cavalry, you know, and then to them. You remember that?
Yep. Eaters of the dead.
Yeah. To them.
Kind of based on Antonio Banderas' character was a real person.
Mm-hmm. Sort of.
And he did. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
And he did write these things about the Norse, or they were Varangians, but they were Norse, Rus, you know.
The Northmen.
Yeah. And the rest of it is nonsense, but the rest of it is Beowulf.
Yeah.
It's a variation of Beowulf. But anyway, we digress.
Go back to Tatzlwyrm or whatever comes after that.
We're doing Tatzlwyrm. Let's come back to America.
Okay.
And talk about the Lizard Man of Lee County.
Lizard Man.
The Lizard Man. Lizard Man is a cryptid reported to inhabit the swamps of Lee County, South Carolina, particularly around the area of Scape or Swamp. Sometimes it's referred to as the Scape or Swamp Lizard Man. Now, the first sighting occurred in summer of 1988 when Christopher Davis, a local teenager, claimed to have encountered the creature late at night. Now, according to Davis, his car had a flat. He's out there changing the tire, and a large bipedal creature with green scaly skin, three-fingered hands, red eyes, and an incredibly aggressive demeanor approached him. He managed to escape in his car, but not before the creature reportedly tried to grab the vehicle and and jacked up the back of his car. Now, following Davis's report, there were numerous additional sightings and reports of damage to property, particularly cars.
With the 3-finger scratch?
Yes, Lizard Man hates cars.
Damn it, Lizard
He wants you to be carbon neutral. He wants you to go completely green.
Maybe it's a shape-shifting reptilian.
It could be. That's a member of the Bilderberg group. It goes to Bohemian Grove, and on his off time goes to swamps in South Carolina and attacks cars. Witnesses described the creature similarly: 7 feet tall, muscular build, dark green scaly skin, 3 fingers on each hand, large red eyes. Now, the local sheriff's department investigated the sightings, and while they found unusual scratches and bite marks on a lot of cars, no definitive evidence of the creature's existence was uncovered. Now, skeptics have suggested misidentification of known animals, same as always, such as bears.
Bears? Since when are they green and scaly?
I don't know how that happens.
Mange.
Or even a hoax perpetrated by locals,
Mange.
But despite the skepticism, the Lizard Man has persisted and become part of the local culture. He's been featured in various media and news reports, documentaries. I've seen something, I don't remember what show it was, that had a recreation of Christopher Davis's encounter with somebody in a rubber suit attacking the back of his Nissan,
All you really need's a Godzilla suit.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Sort of.
So
kind of. Or a slee stack from Land of the Lost.
Yeah, I mean, so we can discount a lot of things, but has anybody gotten any kind of video or photograph or anything? I mean,
well, no,
even a bad fake?
I mean, the initial encounters happened in 1988, so nobody was carrying high-definition video cameras with them in their pockets like we are
Has anybody
now.
seen him since?
I mean, I'm sure people claim. I didn't see anything about recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably a festival
I'm sure there is.
The Lizard Man Festival.
There was a Lee County lizard man sighting August 3rd, 2015.
Well, there you go.
Bishopville's famous urban legend, and it's a picture, and it's awful.
Oh,
It's obviously computer generated, but that is
that looks like the one from
but that is
Monster Quest.
straight up on the news. That is a news station, live at 5 news.
Live at 5.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like the little renderings they would do. Remember that show Monster Quest?
Yes, yes.
That
yeah.
may be where I saw it, was on an episode of Monster Quest.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can get behind the Lizard Man of Lee County. However, they really love their Lizard Man Festival.
Yeah. Every one of these is a freaking festival.
I love it.
Just so you know, that there is an annual festival held every year for the Lizard Man in its hometown, Bishopville, South Carolina, on June 29th.
Nice.
There is one this year, Bishopville, South Carolina, on June 29th, 2024.
Lizard Man Festival.
Lizard Man Festival.
I
It's
bet.
called the Lizard Man Stomp.
Hell yeah!
Swear to God.
Let's
they have
go.
They have a Facebook page,
There's
Lizard Man Stomp.
Probably some really good, that barbecue with that vinegary sauce with the coleslaw on top. It's all pork. That's probably
Can we eat
of
some
that.
gator too?
Well, you can do that here. You can go to it. I mean,
That's probably what
That's
they
what
saw
the
as a
Lizard Man
giant gator.
was.
I know.
there's no telling. No telling. I think a lot of these
I want a shirt.
are urban legend,
There's a bunch of shirts.
mass hysteria.
Somebody had too much moonshine. It's South Carolina, after all.
Well, Christopher Davis was a young man,
This one says the Lizard Man of Lee County, South Carolina in '88, and it's this like cartoon picture of like this thug lizard with long hair and this in a pond with a car nose down into it with 3 claw marks on the roof, and it's sinking, and he's like, yeah.
So there actually is
Delivery.
a dance called the Lizard
The
Man
Lizard Man
Stomp.
Dance.
Let's
Lizard
learn it,
Man
and we're
Stomp.
The
going
Lizard
to the
Man-
fest.
Lizard Man Stomp.
It's probably like this.
Well, there's
like
a video so
like
that
the
you can follow
monster.
along and learn it
Hell
before
yeah.
you go, so that you won't feel out of place and awkward when you get there.
Probably like the
'Cause
Monster Mash
going
or
to
something.
Going to the Lizard Man Festival wouldn't make you feel awkward at all.
If you're already in South Carolina. at the
Yeah,
time.
if you happen to live in Bishopville.
Or close by.
Or
That would be
around.
fun.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the Tomato Fest in Jacksonville. That's going on sometime in
That's
the near
not
future.
as fun as a Lizard Man
No, I know.
Festival.
I agree. But, that's Texas for you. We're going to celebrate some fruits.
I bet
And
they're not going to be as nearly as interesting as the people that you're going to see.
There is one,
the Lizard
one
Man
in
Stomp.
Texas we'll get to here.
Okay.
Okay, but before that, we should probably go to Alaska.
Of course. What are we doing? Portlock.
The Iliamna Lake Monster,
Iliamna.
often referred to as Ili,
Oh, that's cute.
is a cryptid reportedly inhabiting Lake Iliamna in southwestern Alaska.
Oh, I actually spelled it.
Lake Iliamna is the largest lake in Alaska and one of the largest in the United States. Deep, cold waters that could potentially support, some big aquatic life.
Creature of the deep.
Yeah, reports of the Iliamna Lake Monster date back to indigenous Aleut and Tlingit folklore.
Okay.
So this goes back before white people got there and ruined it all. Right, so
Always.
they describe a large fish-like creature in the lake, which could just be a big fish. First documented sightings by non-natives occurred in the 1940s, when local fishermen and pilots reported seeing large, dark shapes beneath the water's surface. Slithering under the water's surface.
Like Nessie?
No, I have a theory what this is actually. Not just me, but also a lot of people. But these shapes were described as being up to 30 feet long and moving in ways that suggested they were living creatures rather than inanimate objects or known aquatic animals, right? So in the 50s and 60s, more detailed sightings were reported, including accounts of creatures with long, slender bodies and the ability to move at high speeds. Some witnesses described seeing the monster's surface displaying large humps.
Like Nessie.
Well, the creature has been compared to the Loch Ness Monster due to its similar characteristics and the mystery surrounding its existence. Several expeditions have been undertaken to find evidence of the Iliamna monster, including sonar searches and underwater photography. And despite this, no conclusive evidence has been found. Now, I think that they're seeing large white sturgeons because these can grow up to 20 feet long. They're They look like they are dinosaurs, basically. And the guy, you remember the show River Monsters?
Yes.
So he went to Lake Iliamna and he caught a massive white sturgeon. 15, 16 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what it is. Others have proposed it could be a sleeper shark, large sleeper sharks, which are also present.
That's the one I just saw, the
in that
Pacific
lake.
sleeper shark.
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got the people who think it's a surviving plesiosaur or unknown species.
Plesiosaur.
A plesiosaur.
Interesting.
Now, I mean, I kind of go with the white sturgeon because that is a weird-looking thing.
Ooh, they're huge, too.
And they're massive. Mm-hmm. And there have been other sightings. You know, there was that video with that weird white thing swimming upriver, and it was in Alaska, too. And it, to me, looks just like a big white sturgeon.
Yeah.
But, you know, it remains an important part of folklore. It draws in tourists, curious tourists and cryptozoologists who want to discover something new.
If we're going to find something strange and something new that may be very old, I think Alaska would be a great place to do that because there's so much
uncharted territory.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would be a great place to find something like that. You know?
There or Appalachia, which those mountains are ancient, millions and millions of years old. There's stuff out there that predates humans.
Don't we use sturgeon for caviar?
Yep. That is where caviar comes from.
Okay.
Not from Alaskan white sturgeon thing, but
that's like your typical, both sides like beluga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never had caviar. I'm just curious.
You never had caviar?
I don't think so.
I bet you have and just don't know it.
Okay.
I mean, you've probably had the sushi, but like
I've had the sushi,
salmon roe
yeah.
or the smelt roe.
But not like the fancy stuff out of the black stuff in the little.
The Caspian Sea beluga stuff from Russia. No. I recommend it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
It's good. I've only had it once, but it's good. A little pricey for me. So, now you got one that I bet you've never heard of.
Okay.
The Loveland Frog.
The Loveland Frog?
Also known as the Loveland Frogman.
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 What the hell is that? It's a bipedal frog.
Yep. This is a legendary cryptid from Loveland, Ohio. The first reported sighting occurred in May 1955 when a businessman claimed to have seen three.
Not just one.
Not just one.
Not two.
Not two, but
three.
A trio of frog-like creatures standing on the side of the road.
Alien.
He described them as being around 3 to 4 feet tall with leathery skin, webbed hands and feet, and frog-like faces.
Totally alien.
Well, there may be some sort of Native American spirit to guard the shores of the... Who knows? Now, a second notable sighting took place in March 1972, and this time it was a police officer named Ray Shockey who was driving along Riverside Drive late at night when he saw what he initially thought was a dog on the side of the road. And as he approached, the creature stood up, revealing itself to be a bipedal frog-like being. This is a cop, right? Officer Shockey described it as being about 4 feet tall with leathery skin and a frog-like face. Then another officer, Mark Matthews, reported a similar encounter 2 weeks later, claiming he shot at the creature, but it managed to escape. So that's 2 police officers.
Did it hop away?
No, it stood up. So according to Shockey, it was crouched dead, and it stood up, just hiked its leg right up over the guardrail on the side and walked off. Now, there was a fairly recent report made by 2 teenagers who were playing the Pokemon Go. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was hot, but it wasn't that long ago. 5-6 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they claim that they saw what they were at the lake area and that they saw one of these. And they actually captured some fuzzy video footage.
Okay. Always got to be fuzzy.
And I've seen some stills from it. And it was pretty dark outside. And all you can see is a pair of eerie glowing eyes in the lake. Of course, despite these accounts, there is no physical evidence to support the existence of the Loveland frog. And, of course, everybody wants to say, misidentified animals such as large frogs. Well, no shit, large frog, right? Or escaped exotic pets like a monitor lizard. But then other people just say, this is just folklore. This is just an urban legend, not a real creature. But it has become a part of the local legend and culture, inspiring books, articles, and even a musical.
Yes, really.
A musical production.
Okay, I got to read you what
What's
I
it
just
called?
saw.
The Loveland Frog?
So this is what I read. 2 weeks after the incident, a second Loveland police officer, Mark Matthews, reports seeing an unidentified animal crouched along the road, the same vicinity as Shockey's sighting. Matthews shot the animal, recovered the body, and put it in his trunk to show Officer Shockey. Now, this is on Wikipedia.
See, now, that's not what I...
Right, I know. According to Matthews, it was a large iguana about 3 to 3.5 feet long, and he didn't immediately recognize it because it was missing its tail. Matthews speculated the iguana had been someone's pet or either got loose and was released. When
if he hadn't have shot it, if he left it alone, it would have regrown that tail.
Right. Shockey was shown the dead iguana and confirmed it was the animal that he had seen 2 weeks
Well,
previously.
there you go. But there's still a musical.
Right. Matthews recounted the incident to the author of a book about urban legends, but says the author omitted the part that confirmed that the creature was an iguana rather than the frogman.
See, well, there
to make it more interesting, I'm sure. But no, I just thought that was funny.
I never even heard of this one,
I hadn't either. That was the new one for me.
Hey, they're getting behind it. It's a city mascot.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, right?
I mean, you do.
If you're in Loveland, Ohio, you got nothing else.
You got nothing else.
I want to be like this lady. She's taking pictures with the frog. And he has a sash that says "I heart Loveland."
I mean, if you're a small asshole town somewhere that's got nothing else going, I mean, you do need a monster, right?
We should create a monster for White House or Tyler or something.
I mean, Tyler's pretty.
We
It's
got
not
some-
exactly a.
We got some monstrous things here for
We
sure.
have the Rose Festival,
I know, right?
where richest daddy who pays the most money gets his daughter to become Rose.
Isn't that
Queen.
sad? That is so messed up.
Yeah.
But that's how it's decided.
No, that's how it works.
Literally.
Yeah, that's how it's always worked.
Literally.
Yeah, I'll have another shot of that scotch, please.
If you couldn't afford a Rose Queen, then you become the Duchess of whatever, right?
I
Duchess
have
of
seen
whatever.
some rather unfortunate looking girls.
Yeah,
that
there's
have been
somewhere
the
Daddy
Rose
must
Queen.
have had to pump down some extra. plus the dress, all the extra material for the dress.
Hey, you can go to Cryptid Clyde website. He's got a Loveland frog sticker.
Was it?
Cryptid Clyde. It's fun. Anyway.
We saw everything. There's no fun monster ones here. It's a Rose Festival, which is the most uppity,
Yep.
Yeah,
rich
it's-
people nonsense.
Well, you have the Bigfoot thing in Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh, they do, don't they?
They got the Tomato Festival in Jacksonville.
Right.
I'm sure if I make a cryptid out of that.
They got the Pickers,
You
whatever.
get the Black Eyed Pea Festival.
Pickers reunion or whatever in Athens.
Yeah,
There's
and the Black Eyed Pea Festival, where's that? That's Athens, isn't it?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think when I was looking at
So you
this,
get Black
remember
Eyed Pea Festival, and then you get the Old Fiddlers Contest.
Fiddler thing, and then
remember we looked at all this. You got the Dogwood in Colmasneal. Is it Colmasneal that does Dogwood
Comas
Festival?
who?
Colmasneal.
What?
It's south of here.
It's up. That's fine.
Trust me.
Never heard of it.
It's
Going
within
towards
riding
east.
distance.
Yeah. But they're big on Dogwood Festival. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some. That'd be one of those towns that would have a cryptid.
Yeah.
Colmasneal.
Well, there is a town in Texas
Okay.
with a cryptid
Okay.
and a festival. Lake Worth.
Lake
The
Worth.
Lake Worth Monster.
It couldn't even be more original, like the Loveland Frog.
Well,
Lake
the
Worth.
Lake Worth Monster is a legendary cryptid said to inhabit Lake Worth near Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm going there.
The first reported sighting occurred in July 1969 when residents described seeing a creature that appeared to be half man, half goat with fur and scales.
Yikes.
It was
This is not to be confused with the Goat Man, right?
no, it's not a goat man. Goat
Oh,
man.
the
Because that's in
gr-
Texas, too.
Goat man's in Denton. He lives
Yeah.
on
The-
a bridge in Denton.
The Greer Island Goat Man.
Well, there's goat men everywhere, but we do have one in
Dallas
Denton.
Morning News. Greer Island Goat Man. Okay, so
I
that's
don't know
not the
that
Lake
one.
Worth
There's one in Denton.
There's
Yes,
one in Denton.
That's that one.
There's a specific bridge in Denton. Which, of course,
A
when I
bridge
was
troll?
in college there, I didn't know about it because the internet still consisted of bulletin boards. You had to take your phone out and put it on this modem thing. So there was no website to tell me that there was a cool bridge with a goat man there. But well, anyway,
We're so
The
telling our
Lake
age.
Worth Monster. It looks like a billy goat.
well, I did say, half man, half goat with fur and scales.
I don't see his. Maybe he's got scales on his leg.
Now, this was reported to stand about 7 feet tall, terrifying appearance. Witnesses claimed, now the way I understand it, this was like a kind of a area where couples would go and park, like a lover's lane type situation.
Submarine races.
Yeah.
Look at the boobies on him.
Nice.
He's got some moves.
Nice.
The description to me kind of sounds like a Krampus I've seen in
if I saw this,
movie or
that's
something.
scary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they claim this creature emerged from the water, attacked cars, even throwing a tire at one vehicle. I don't know where it got the tire.
But where'd it get? The lake.
Now, several teenagers and local residents reported encounters with the monster, describing it as having long claws and making eerie growling noises. And the sighting sparked widespread media coverage and led to a monster hunting craze in the area.
Love that.
So you had a bunch of rednecks roaming around the woods looking for the Lake Worth Monster.
I love that.
The local
Rednecks in their natural habitat.
Yes. Local police investigated the reports, but no evidence of the creature's existence was found. Some speculated the sightings were part of a hoax, or, of course, the ever ubiquitous misidentification of real animals such as bobcats.
What?
I don't know how you would confuse a bobcat with a 7-foot tall, half
Bloody hell.
goat, half man covered in fur
With
and scales.
friggin' horns.
I've seen a lot of bobcats actually out in the woods. I've never seen a bobcat that looks like this.
Bobcat
goat
looks
man
like a
thing.
bobcat.
That's what a
And
bobcat
they don't have
looks
scales.
They
like.
don't
It doesn't
have
look like a
scales.
goat. Sorry.
Or
Horns.
large birds. I don't know.
I guess I could.
Now, of course, despite this lack of physical evidence, the legend has persisted. In 2005, a man named Alan Plaster released a photograph taken during the 1969 sightings showing a blurry white figure that some believed to be the monster. Skeptics argue the photo is inconclusive. It could easily just depict a person in a costume or another explainable phenomenon. Now,
Looks like a fuzzy chicken.
despite all this,
Looks like a cotton ball.
it has become part of the local. Well, think how shitty cameras were in 1969.
Okay.
It's
Good
become part of local folklore with books, articles, and even an annual Lake Worth Monster Bash.
Yes. When is
yeah.
that?
The Monster Bash.
The monster bag. When is that? It looks like a fuzzy chicken.
Fuzzy chicken.
Yeah.
Let's do the fuzzy chicken.
The fuzzy chicken.
We're going with fuzzy chicken.
Let's see, I hadn't seen the picture.
Oh, you haven't seen the fuzzy chicken picture?
No, I haven't.
It's a fuzzy chicken. It's a fuzzy chicken.
It's a bird.
I know. But then,
Clearly a
and then
bird.
I showed you the one with the moobs. Like, obviously.
That's a drawing, though.
Yeah,
No, it was, but I mean, I could see how that
the
would be
eyewitness
terrifying.
drawings look a lot better than the actual photograph. Yeah. That's our closest one
Ugh.
to us. That's only a couple hours away. Now let's head up to Missouri or Missouri, the Show Me state. I have no idea what that means, but let's talk about Momo.
Momo.
Momo, a.k.a. the Missouri Monster, is a legendary cryptid reported to inhabit the forest around Louisiana, Missouri. What a confusing name, right? Louisiana. Is it Louisiana or is it Missouri? It's apparently a town called Louisiana in Missouri. The first reported sighting occurred on July 11th, 1972. It seems like people saw a lot more cryptids in the late 60s, early 70s to mid-late 70s.
Wasn't acid a lot more popular back then?
Well, I mean, it's still popular now. DMT is popular now, but
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
There's probably a lot more of it back then. It was
in
more
Lake
popular.
Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, speaking of Lake Worth, Texas. So, the Lake Worth Monster Bash is every 5 years. 2024, there's a Monster Bash.
nice.
In the fall.
Oh, even better than
Yes.
these nonsense summer festivals.
And it says on May 7th, Lake Worth Monster Bash 2024. Details soon. Hashtag Lake Worth Monster.
Nice.
We should go there. It'd be fun. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyway, July 11, 1972, two young boys claimed to have seen a large, hairy creature with a foul odor near their home. They described it as being around 7 feet tall, covered in dark hair, and having a distinctively large pumpkin-shaped head with glowing orange eyes. Now, could it be Pumpkinhead? From the movie Pumpkinhead.
Did it stink?
Pumpkinhead?
No.
I mean, he looked like
The
he
thing
stunk.
that they saw.
Momo stinks, yeah. Known for its foul smell.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, so, I mean, following the original sighting, other residents in the area reported encounters with the creature, basically all describing the same thing with a terrible smell. Once again, local authorities investigate the sightings. It gets media attention, you know. People go out hunting for it, all that nice, all the same stuff that happens with all these, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no evidence was found, of course, but many described it because of the appearance and behavior, compare it to Bigfoot, which could be it could just be a Sasquatch, basically. I mean, very well could be.
I could see how that could be a Sasquatch.
Other people say, oh, it's a bear. You know, the famous Missouri pumpkin-headed bear, right?
Yeah, National Geographic covers that one.
Now this one's kind of, a little famous because Seth Breedlove over at Small Town Monsters actually made a documentary of the Missouri Monster.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Momo, the Missouri Monster.
Yeah. So pretty interesting. It interviews some witnesses from back in the day. They're old people now, but were young then. Interesting. It's interesting stuff. And, of course, there's Momo festivals, Missouri, we got festivals
Momo.
galore. But anyway, that's Momo.
Love that.
I like the name.
You can get a huge handmade Momo, the Missouri Monster plush.
Nice. Yeah.
I think he's cute.
It just looks like a Sasquatch with
Yeah.
much longer hair.
So the
Him's cute.
Momo the Missouri Monster, back to that for a second. The movie
Yeah. I've seen
starred Bobo. James Bobo Fay.
That's right. Bobo was in that.
Bobo's
yeah.
in that.
That's right.
It said it was released in 2019, right? Is that what that said?
Sounds about right.
9/20 of 19?
Mm-hmm.
I watch all of those when they come out, pretty much. Yeah. All the Small Town Monsters productions and the ones on YouTube that don't get Amazon released.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're getting close to the end.
Okay.
This one you probably heard. I know Mike will know this one.
Okay. I probably won't. I'm not a cryptid person.
The Flatwoods Monster. Also known as the Braxton County Monster, Braxy, or the Phantom of Flatwoods.
I don't know this
There
one.
is a Seth Breedlove Small Town Monsters film about the Flatwoods Monster as well.
Yeah, it looks like an alien.
So this is a creature reported to have been sighted in the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, West Virginia on September 12th, 1952. Or 52. After a bright light crossed the night sky.
I do know this one.
Yeah, you'd know. You see the picture,
the
you're going to know it.
Chase this thing.
You see the picture, you're going to know it, right?
Yeah.
Now, a bright light crosses the sky. There was a meteor, right? So it's 7:15 p.m. on September 12th, 1952. Two brothers, Edward and Fred May, and their friend Tommy Heyer, said they saw a bright object cross the sky and land on the property of local farmer G. Bailey Fisher.
Alien.
100%.
The boys went to the home of Kathleen May, which was Ed and Fred's mother,
Ed and Fred.
where they told their story. Now, May, accompanied by the three boys, local children Neil Nunley and Ronnie Shaver. None of these people are still alive, actually. And West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon. They went to the Fisher farm in an effort to locate whatever it was they had seen. The group reached the top of a hill where Nunley said they saw a pulsing red light. Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in that direction and momentarily saw a tall, man-like figure with a round red face surrounded by a pointed hood-like shape.
I see this.
Now, in an article for Fate magazine based on his tape-recorded interviews, UFO writer Gray Barker described the figure as approximately 10 feet tall, with a round blood-red face, a large pointed hood-like shape around the face. His eyes emitted greenish-orange light. I'm not even sure how that works, what those two colors look like together. I would just think that'd be brown. But, and a dark black or green body with clothing that appeared to be pleated.
I see this. She has a pleated dress.
A pleated dress. He described the figure as having small claw-like hands, a head that resembled the ace of spades. And according to the story, when the figure made a hissing sound and glided toward the group, Lemon's scream, dropped the flashlight, caused the whole group to take off running. Now, they said they smelled a pungent mist.
Mist?
It could have been Taz Barton. But
a pungent mist.
He better not. He's under my feet over here.
And some later said they were nauseated. Now, the local sheriff and a deputy had been investigating reports of a crashed aircraft at the area, and they searched the site of the reported monster, but saw, heard, and smelled nothing. And according to Barker's account, the next day, A. Lee Stewart Jr. of the Braxton Democrat, which is the newspaper, claimed to have discovered skid marks, which means something different now, in the field, and an odd gummy deposit.
Ew.
Which were subsequently attributed by UFO enthusiast groups as evidence of a saucer landing.
Saucer. I mean, it looks like an alien. It's just weird. You say the word saucer.
Yeah, this story took off quick, right? Newspaper stories carried throughout the country, radio broadcasts on large networks. The National Press Services rated the story number 11 for the entire year of 1952.
Really?
God. That was a slow year, right?
Yeah, I guess so. A minister from Brooklyn came to question the May family. A Pittsburgh newspaper sent a special reporter, and UFO and Fortean writers like Gray Barker and Ivan T. Sanderson arrived in town to investigate.
That's the thing. If you say it's a UFO or an alien, yeah, you're going to get people all over the place. Mm-hmm. It's not a monster. But if you say it's an alien, which homegirl, I'm going to call her a girl with her pleated skirt, looks like an alien.
It does look like an alien, right?
Or something off Project Runway.
Yeah, I know, right? Like with this, like
looks like the goofy
avant-garde,
crap they make
like
on it.
Yeah.
head thing, like they make sometimes.
I swear to God, it looks like something off Project Runway.
It does, but maybe these people were way ahead of their time because this was 1952.
Flashy dresser.
It's the Mothman. It's the Mothman's wife
So,
in her dress.
With those big red glowing
Yeah.
eyes.
so now in 2000, in the year 2000, 48 years later, right? Is my math right? Yeah. Okay. Joe Nickel of the Committee for Skeptic Inquiry.
That's a committee.
He did a much more yeah. I mean, I don't
Skeptic
know.
Inquiry. I love that.
They did a much more thorough investigation of this, and he discovered that on the night of September 12th sighting, a meteor had been observed across 3 states: Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. And according to Nickel, 3 flashing red aircraft beacons were also visible from the area of the sightings, which could account for descriptions of a pulsating red light and the red tint on the face of the supposed monster. And Nickel also concluded that the shape, movement, and sounds reported by the witnesses were consistent with the silhouette, flight pattern, and call of a startled barn owl
Okay.
perched on a tree limb, leading researchers to conclude that foliage beneath the owl may have created the illusion of the lower portions of the creature, like the pleated green skirt. And they've also concluded that witnesses' inability to agree on whether the creature had arms, combined with May's report of it having small claw-like hands which extended in front, matched the descriptions of a barn owl with its talons gripping a tree branch. And if you watch, did you ever watch that Project Blue Book
I've heard of that, but I've never watched it.
series,
saw
the
it.
more recent one with Littlefinger from Game of Thrones in it? They actually have an episode about this, and he ends up doing the deduction that these hillbillies saw a barn owl.
These hillbillies.
I mean, they were portrayed pretty
Disparagingly.
I mean, it's West Virginia, right? I mean, it was the same way in 1952 as it is now, except without the fentanyl and the oxys. So, despite this fairly conclusive debunking of the creature, it continues to be a fixture of local culture. Now, in the town of Sutton, the county seat of Braxton, there is a Flatwoods Monster Museum.
Yes.
And the Braxton County Convention and Visitors Bureau also built a series of 5 tall chairs in the shape of the monster to serve as landmarks and visitor attractions. And the Bureau rewards visitors who photograph all 5 chairs with free Braxy stickers. Like stickers for it's kind of silly. Officials in Flatwoods erected a welcome sign which designated the town as home of the Green Monster. And the town also commemorates the legend with its annual, you guessed it, Flatwoods Days Festival.
Okay, welcome to Town of Flatwoods Municipal Building, and there's a huge chair, and she's in the back. You can sit on her pleated skirt.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Would you like to sit in her pleated skirt?
No.
Hey, you don't have to be a her to wear a skirt in 2024.
Well, you're right, but I think that's Mothman's wife.
Yeah.
I found Mothman more believable than the Flatwoods Monster.
Boom, ding, 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 ding.
So, anyway.
Alien.
I didn't keep count, but that's 8 or 9.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah. I didn't
Just
count.
shy of 10.
I didn't count.
And some of those lesser known, some never heard of, that Loveland Frog.
Love him, though.
Never heard of that one.
I want to go take a picture with him.
And the Flatwoods Monster is not the one that I thought it was. What I was thinking about it was this guy came home when you said saw the light passing over. This guy sees that, and I'm gonna have to look it up because it's driving me nuts now. But this guy saw it, and then they end up chasing him through town. and it's somewhere in the east south, so South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere Virginia, somewhere over in there, I think, if I remember right.
Somewhere in Appalachia.
But these people chased him all over town, and they were shooting at it, and couldn't hit it.
I don't know that one.
And he would like hop from one building all the way across the street over to another building, and it was just impressive, like Spring Hill Jack shit, But I mean, I was like, what the hell? And I heard it. I know I heard it on another podcast, and it might have been the one we listen to so frequently.
Scared to Death?
Yeah, I think it might have been on Scared to Death that he did it. Or it may have been, that's Dan Cummins on Scared to Death, but it might have been his other one. What is that?
The Joe Rogan Experience?
No.
No.
He always throws that out there. I don't know why he does that, but he knows that it's not that. No, it's Time Suck.
Time Suck.
Yeah, Time Suck.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Time Suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Scared to Death better, but that's
do
just
too, but
personal preference.
Yeah.
I like Weaponized.
Yeah.
I like the Blurry Creatures. I think
Have
it's
you
called
heard?
Blurry Creatures? Spike?
Have you heard Paranormal Almanac? That's a really good podcast, I thought. I listened to it the other day.
With that guy's voice that you were talking about that you didn't look like what you thought?
No. That's another one. But no, it's pretty good. Paranormal Almanac. I added it to our list.
Okay.
So we can listen to it.
I like that.
Cool. Very good, John.
Well, there you go.
Which one would you like to go to the fest of?
More
than any of them.
Probably Tatzlwyrm. Get me over to Switzerland.
So
yeah.
Overseas, yeah.
Yeah, but if I can't go there, then I mean, Lake Worth is pretty close.
Telling you, we need to go to Lake Worth Monster Bash.
Where's the one that's in the fall?
That one.
Lake Worth, yeah, that's perfect. It's not so hot.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd still prefer to go to Switzerland or somewhere.
East Coast would be fun.
Bavaria.
Yeah.
Austria.
I'm
Home of
here
Arnold
for that.
Schwarzenegger.
Totally here for that.
Get to the chopper.
The chopper. Oh my God.
Come with me if you want to live.
So,
very nice.
Since this
Interesting to learn
is
about this.
booze, and my favorite booze, the BWOZE tonight, we all drink Lagavulin 16. And speaking of booze, we have a giveaway going on. If you go to the Lizzie Borden YouTube that we did and go down into the comments, be subscribed, hit that subscribe button right there or over by John's shoulder, and click subscribe.
I think it's over there right about by your mute button.
It's right here. But there's one by your arm too.
That's the bell notification.
No, there's another one. You can subscribe right there.
By the way, it's World Turtle Day.
I know. Yeah. And then
she came home to a red-eared
slider in the driveway.
Really?
Yeah.
I asked the neighbor if
it had claws this long on it.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I asked the neighbor if she planted it there because.
Did you paint its shell?
No. It was covered in moss. Home dog has been in a body of water.
He probably just got blown 30 miles north of here.
He sure did.
Okay, so
anyway, sorry, didn't mean to disrupt you. I just saw that World Turtle Day thing.
Yeah,
because she likes turtles.
Squirrel.
Yes.
I like turtles.
Squirrel. So we are giving away a bottle of Blanton's. Go to the Lizzie Borden YouTube podcast that we did. Make sure you're subscribed, and down in the comments, put Blanton's in there. And if we select you,
and you're over 21,
and you're over 21, proof of age verification will be required, obviously, and you will get a bottle of Blanton's. If you go to YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe us anyway. Check out our other videos. That's at 3B Paranormal.
And if you got to do the Blanton's, you got to hit subscribe too.
I said that.
Did you?
I did.
I don't.
So make sure you're subscribed.
Proof,
All righty. So we also have our podcast that's at paranormal-spirits.com. You can go to paranormal_-spirits to get to X, TikTok, Instagram. Any one of those, I'll put it up above us if you're watching the YouTube, and you can see that. Go to Facebook, Booze with Benefits, BOOS with Benefits. You can go to paranormal-spirits.com. That is our website. From there, you can go to Boozy's Boutique, and you can pick up Boozy's Koozies. You can pick up Boozy's coffee cups, Boozy coffee mugs.
Fine quality craftsmanship.
That actually they are pretty good. But it lasted a year.
Yeah. It's just dirty because it's white in my hand. From my hands.
But I mean, it's lasted a year so far, so that's pretty good. All right.
Pretty
anything else? Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
Oh, if you like to hear people just talking about stuff other than the paranormal and cryptids and monsters and ghosts and demons, and just want to hear us cut loose and have fun and talk about everything, on podcast only, we offer additional bonus episodes. And it's...
because of stuff we can't say on the YouTube.
Can't say, shouldn't say.
I mean, freedom of speech.
Yeah, man. I get that. But I mean...
They're
not if we want to
they
stay on YouTube.
That on YouTube.
So you can go to After Dark Anecdotes, and it's Paranormal-Spirits. And I can't talk tonight for some reason. Paranormal-Spirits, go to our bonus episodes. They're the After Dark episodes. Got the different little logo on there. You can click on that. It's blue. And here's to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. Anything else? I want to be able to shut up at this point.
I think we're good.
I think you got it.
I think we're done.
Man, that's a lot of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
But you got it down pretty well.
You do.
I'm getting it. I'm
Congratulate
trying.
you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Night.
Nighty night.
I'd like to shut up now.